YouTube? Thanks for tuning in to another awesome episode of Fresh Ideas with Christian Steele. Today's Fresh Idea is about what everybody on this planet can do as a response to the potential or possibly even factual reality that this coronavirus / COVID-19 originated in China. The outbreak originated in a wet market in China. And so what is everyone going to do as a fresh idea? I would like to submit this particular one. Buy American. Buy American. And as a talking point for this particular fresh idea, and more specifically, don't buy Chinese. And for anybody that might be upset with me for saying do not buy Chinese, let me just share some numbers with you from last year about the discrepancy of goods and services shipped between America and China. So these numbers are from 2017. In 2017, Americans, and this isn't the planet, this is Americans, bought over $186.5 billion worth of computers and electronic goods. That's just one category. The entire sum total of money that Americans spent to import goods from China in 2017 was $539 billion. Now, this would be fine because we're assuming that, for every dollar we spend in China, they're spending a dollar in America. A penny saved is a penny earned, right? Americans spent $539 billion on Chinese goods in 2017. In contrast, in 2017, China spent $120.3 billion. Now, if you're not understanding the math here, that's literally at least $400 billion that Americans spent importing goods from China. $400 billion more dollars that Americans spent over Chinese citizens. So if somebody were to ask who is bolstering the Chinese economy, it would be fair to suggest America. This is another staggering number to me. We looked at an influx of money into our American markets from Chinese investment at just about 1%. While we continue to invest in Chinese companies just by buying their goods and services, we also have a broken system in as much as many of our American companies where the conceptual rights of that company originated here in the country of America now conduct most of their manufacturing portion of their business model in a foreign country. And most times that country is China. And if you don't know why, it's because the Chinese government does not enforce minimum payment laws. As much as we would like to believe that people are being paid a fair wage in China, the reality is quite the opposite. I don't even need to conduct research to substantiate my claims with numbers. Anyone who's ever picked up a device and ran even a little bit of research about how Chinese workers are paid instantly finds information suggesting that it's not very well. Meanwhile, American standards require American companies to pay their employees a fair wage, and in many cases, benefits. But companies, to avoid having to make those expenses, extend their model and their manufacturing plants to foreign markets. So, what's my fresh idea? Look, if you want to buy something, take the time to ask where it was made. We used to think it was a joke in the 80s and 90s that everything that you would pick up in your house would say made in Taiwan or made in China. But the reality of the situation is that our success has trickled down economy to the Chinese markets. And it is American wealth that is bolstering the Chinese economy. So if you want to do your part to save this country, save the planet, and send a message to the country of China that it is irresponsible for them to release viral infections into the ecosystem, because obviously they have no intention of protecting their own people. They have very little interest in helping the economy of other countries, as I've stated in these numbers today. And it's quite obvious that when they make mistakes, they are just going to cover them up. At least here in America, we have enough information being broken down by so many different outlets that you can't hide from your mistakes anymore, and everyone is accountable for all of the different injustices that they commit in this country, and that is a good thing. So if you're a business owner, and I would like to comment right here, right now, real quick about a restaurant here in the Southern California area. That restaurant, in an effort to stay open, and I don't fault them for this, but in an effort to stay open, they have now decided to start selling essential goods like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, soap, and surgical masks. And where did they buy those surgical masks? From China. So while we stifle our economy, shut down our businesses, and essentially destroy the fabric of our economic society here in the United States of America, as Americans, for some silly reason we have still been conditioned to continue to spend our money in China. You don't help America if you sell surgical masks that you bought from China to Americans, even if you do sell them at cost. The point is, the Chinese didn't sell them to you at cost. So, buy American, and don't buy Chinese.